Found out exactly how to do YouTube as well as talk to a camera and also discover lighting as well as something concerning it. It's so enjoyable. So, whatever you have actually wondered around, you can learn primarily anything on YouTube these days. So if you wish to find out just how to copyright or edit YouTube videos, or construct the bench from the ground up, you'll discover it on YouTube completely free. So take this added time that you have to learn a brand new skill, and also it doesn't always have to correlate to an ability that will earn you more cash. Immediately just do something that's fun and that you have actually wondered about. Number 4, utilize this time in your home to review an individual money book. It is most likely to boost your economic literacy. It's most likely to provide you workable methods to enhance your financial resources. These are a few of the books that I advise, and also just to show that I'm practicing when I'm teaching. This is guide that I'm presently reading. I borrowed it from a buddy as well as it is 584 web pages, yet ideally I'll be made with this soon as well as can provide you a report of what I picked up from it. Number 5 is to take this moment to establish economic objectives, set them on your own, most importantly. Yet if you have a partner, put in the time too. Also, the majority of experts recommend 3 to 6 months worth of expenses as your emergency fund. I was featured in Business Expert recently, who in fact speaking about emergency phones and also the 2 main points I wish to make clear are: 1, we are in very unpredictable economic times right now. To the single ideal manner in which you can shield on your own from these worst case situations like work losses to have a reserve. So whether you currently have one and also need to build on it, or if you do not even have one, I require to start from the beginning. Now is truly the time to begin. Use this time that you're at home, that you have additional time to create an action plan for exactly how you're most likely to build that reserve. Returning to what we were performing with shade coding, your costs. Take those expenditures that you recognized as unnecessary and that do not always enhance your life as well as cut those out. Make use of those financial savings to begin to develop your emergency fund, due to the fact that I really believe that doing away with those short-term gratifications is most likely to be so crucial, to ensure that you can develop the security and this assurance with having this emergency fund. Number 3 is to discover a brand new skill. If you see my various other video clips, you understand that I've been discovering lots of brand new abilities. Helps me to stay on top of my finances, and also now is the very best time to take this extra time to get on top of your financial resources, take control of them, and also just get arranged so that you always know where to locate these details. Number 7 is to diversify your income streams, include that extra income source. If you've seen me, you recognize that my goal is to build $200,000 an easy revenue. However, that's entirely online. There are so many ways that you can generate income legally online these days. As well as whether you've been wanting to begin a podcast or blog site, or YouTube network or an online program to flaunt whatever your ability is, this is the time to start on the internet services. I absolutely think are going to continue to grow from below, and also if you have actually been wishing to pursue that and pursue that added earning stream online, now is the chance. You have this additional time in your home, so use it productively to launch whatever you have actually been wanting to start. The biggest point I'll state right here is, if that added earning stream does entail this degree of putting yourself available as well as leaving your comfort area, simply go all out. Talking from experience, I was frightened of taking place YouTube 4 months earlier, but the even more you do it, the much more you put on. In today's video, we're most likely to be talking about 10 productive manner-ins which you can boost your financial resources while you're at house. Quarantine. If you resemble the majority of people, you most likely have a great deal of additional time on your hands now. So I just wanted to give you 10 ways that you can actually take advantage of that extra time to boost your financial scenario. And with any luck, even just one of these reverberates with you as well as you can start doing it this week. As well as if it's your very first time. Hi, my name is Erica. I'm a lawyer and also my interest is personal financing. So, every Tuesday on this network, I have a brand new video clip around financing. So if you have an interest in that sort of web content, please do subscribe and also hit the thumbs up for me diving best in. They initially point that you can do to be effective with your time is to publish out the last 30 days of your costs. Now I don't intend to call it a budget plan due to the fact that I know individuals are most likely to shy away from that, but simply print out the last 1 month of your costs and then get 3 pens. So what you're most likely to finish with this little task, this crafts and also arts, is the first color. You're going to highlight every one. A seat and examine your financial resources and set financial objectives with your partner or partner also. I am a big follower that establishing monetary objectives actually allows you to reach that objective much then if you are simply aimlessly tackling your financial resources in your everyday life with no set objective in mind. When I was sinking in $200,000 of student financial debt, I established an objective that I wished to pay it off by this day, and that's what really kept me determined as well as focused on the goal this year. I have this insane goal that I intend to develop $200,000 of easy revenue by December 31st, which is keeping me encouraged to focus on that. So take this added time that you have to take a seat and also set objectives for yourself. Establish these economic goals. Do you have a passive revenue goal to maybe you wish to develop one more income stream of side hustle and you have a goal for how much you wish to develop with that side rush this year, or do you have financial debt? Let's establish a goal for what precisely you're most likely to have that financial obligation paid off, because I guarantee you utilizing this time around to establish objectives, set these financial goals is most likely to be extremely smart and also effective use your time, since I truly do believe simply from individual experience that it'll help. How much do you spend every month? Roughly, how much we spend next month? What portion of your revenue are you saving? How much do you need for retirement? What percentage of your earnings do you add in the direction of a retirement account? What are the expense proportions of any type of financial investments in your retirement accounts? What percentage of your earnings do you spend on rent? What persisting registrations do you have? How much financial obligation do you have? What are the interest rates on the day that you have? How much? The expenditures that were absolutely necessary. Caesarea to your survival, rent, utilities. The second color, you're going to highlight points that weren't always essential, yet they brought you a lot of pleasure. So if that's guide that you bought or the one great date evening dish that you had out, and the third color is for points that weren't required and you additionally really did not acquire a lot of value from them. Perhaps you are buying those points out of practice or out of trying to excite someone. Highlight those, because third color, doing that workout is going to be truly vital to see what you're really investing in, since the majority of people do not understand that. And also shade coding every one of your costs like that will certainly permit you to see which costs aren't truly essential to you and also could in fact be removed of your budget plan if you needed to save even more cash, which leads me to my second point, which is to develop a strategy to construct an emergency fund. If you're not acquainted with the term emergency fund, an emergency fund is essentially properties, preferably cash money, that you have reserved for economic circumstances that are much less than ideal. Situations like work loss or clinical expenditures that are unanticipated. It's to ensure that if that worst case scenario plays out, you have that emergency fund to fall back on to obtain you back up on your feet. Own available and get out of your comfort area, the much easier it will obtain. So, whatever it is that you want to do, just start today right here in quarantine. You have no justifications. Number 8 is to take care of that monetary thing that you've been delaying. I don't understand what it is for you. It could be obtaining all the numerous 401ks that you have from different business sorted out, or obtaining your tax obligations identified. I'm unsure, yet I make certain when I claim this, you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about for your circumstance. For me, I understand I've been very negative the last month or so concerning submitting my obtained to my insurance coverage for compensation. So that's what I need to jump on. Number 9. So, this is a plot I have for you. I have a list of 18 inquiries, financial questions that if you do not recognize the response to, I want you to select simply one that you're most likely to determine the solution to. I thought of these 18 inquiries because essentially, these are questions where I noticeably remember not having the response to and having to identify the response. As well as I think if you are able to find out the answer to at the very least one of these questions, you'll be in a far better monetary circumstance. So below we go, I'll rattle them off, but you can take a screenshot if you to reach that goal, that finish line, much quicker. Number 6 is take this added time to obtain organized. Organization is actually important to taking control of your financial resources. As well as to show you this, I'll just stroll you via some instances. So, this is in fact how I keep an eye on all of my clinical receipts. So I arrange them by year by month, and afterwards I just have them in chronological order. This is just how I do my pay stubs to for job. As you can see, I love 4 stones, I like having everything so organized that, if I ever need anything for my finances, I know specifically where I can find it. I also like Excel sheets. So if you take a look at this Excel sheet, this is in fact what I made use of when I was settling my trainee fundings. I understand each and every single loan settlement that I made to the penny, due to the fact that I kept an eye on it for 2 years every single payment. And I additionally use this for my spending plan. You can really download the totally free budget tracker that I use by clicking the web link below. Yet this